everyone, I am Thomas the Retro Nerd, reviewing the games good or bad.
All my life, I've been stuck with Nintendo, especially when I was a kid. So it's no secret I'm a huge Mario fan. As we know, this year marks the 35th anniversary of the Super Mario series. But I'm stuck in a giant obstacle here, since everyone on the internet has tackled these games in one form or another. So I gotta be cautious what I have to do.
What should I do to stand out from everyone else? You know what? Fuck it! Let's reveal them all at once. So, this is going to be a mega review. To celebrate Mario's 35th anniversary, we're going to take a look at the original trilogy on the NES.
A bit of quick history for those who don't know. Mario started off as Jumpman in the arcade game Donkey Kong created by Shigeru Miyamoto and the late Gunpei Yokoi. It was built out of an engine from a flop game called Radar Scope. Donkey Kong became a success, which led to Mario briefly become a villain in Donkey Kong Jr., then leading into Mario Bros., where he teams up with his younger brother Luigi to flush out pipes from crabs, turtles, and fireflies. Not my personal favorite Nintendo arcade game, but it is playable. So if you're curious about these classic arcade games, Donkey Kong was available as a bonus game in Donkey Kong 64, it's how I recorded the gameplay footage. But all three games are available in the arcade archives via the Nintendo Switch. Following the video game crash of 1983 and when the Nintendo Family Computer was getting popular in Japan, Mr. Miyamoto along with Takashi Tezuka created Super Mario Bros. For the Nintendo Entertainment System, and it quickly became my favorite game on the console. The plot is that Mario and Luigi accidentally got warped into a magical land called the Mushroom Kingdom, popularized by mushroom retainers aka Toads and being run by Princess Toadstool. One day, the King of the Koopas, named Bowser, who uses black magic, captures the princess, turning the citizens into bricks and stones, and to add more drama, killing the princess's father. A lot of this was explained in the manual, but most of it has been retconned in later games. Bowser doesn't use black magic anymore, and the princess's father was never mentioned again. So Mario and Luigi decided to do the right thing, stop Bowser, and save the princess. You travel through 8 worlds in this game. Each world has 4 levels. Again, doing simple multiplication, that'll be about 32 levels to adventure through. All levels have a variety of themes like the standard ground, underground, underwater, aerial levels with trees, bridges, or mushrooms, and each world ends with a castle level where you face a fake Bowser and save 7 mushroom retainers.
That's the one thing that inflicted gaming history, showing that the journey is not over yet.
Even a handful of levels takes place at night. I like this kind of variety. The game has some iconic enemies like Goombas, Koopa Troopas, Piranha Plants, Lakitus, Spinies, Bloopers, Hammer Brothers, the works. To defend yourself from these fiends, you have a mushroom that makes you grow, the fire flower that turns you into a firing pistol. By the way, not all enemies are affected by the firepower like Buzzy Beetles and Bullet Bills. Then we also have the Starman, where you can give the enemy seizures. Dark. There's even the green mushroom that'll give you an extra life. The other way to get extra lives is collecting coins scattered around each level. Some levels have some secret areas that can help you gather some coins that you needed. To get the small bits out there, the graphics are good. Standard early NES designs that'll improve as years goes on. The soundtrack is iconic for many reasons. Special thanks to Koji Kondo for composing these tunes. Lastly, the controls are okay. Not many people will like it because of how slippery it is. I'm guessing the only reason people seem to have a problem with the controls is because of how you can't guide Mario's jump in mid-air as well as other games. But to me, it's fine. This is also the first game to feature parallax scrolling, and it's smooth like butter. I guess it followed the success of Pac-Land with the concept. Now to wrap this up. The final castle level is challenging if you don't have the fire flower. Mainly because all the enemies wanted your ass to die, especially with the final Hammer Brother guarding Bowser. If you manage to pass him, you will get to Bowser, defeat him, and save the princess. Well, if you want more, the game offers you a second quest for your enjoyment. It's not much. All the enemies move faster, and the Goombas are replaced by Buzzy Beetles. If this is the challenge you're looking for, then good luck.
So that was Super Mario Bros., the first of the trilogy, but a great introduction to the NES. To this day, I'd still consider it as my favorite NES game.
The next game on the list is Super Mario Bros. 2. First off, I have to mention Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic, a base for a Mario sequel until Fuji Television asked Nintendo to make a game based off of their popular festival. I'll go more in detail when I get a repo copy so I can give it a comparison with Mario 2. The only major changes is a graphic overhaul, swapping the Yume Kojo characters with Mario characters, adding a run button, and basically everything is in motion from the leaves on vines, weeds, cherries, and many more. The game's plot takes place in Subcon, known as the Land of Dreams.
Ha ha.
Mario, along with Luigi, Toad, and Princess Toadstool, all join together to save the inhabitants from the main villain Wart, who is a giant anthropomorphic frog. During the adventure, Mario and the gang came across many foes like multicolored birdos, along with a series of bosses like Mauser, Triclide, Fry Guy, and the American exclusive Claw Grip. If you're a grammar Nazi, this game will get you easily triggered. Again, let me get the small stuff out of the way first. The graphics are nice, a lot more detailed than the first game. Hell, it was the first game to give Mario's current design. Red shirt, blue overalls. I also like the music cues in this game. Mr. Kondo once again composed the music, and he tweaked it for this game to make it sound different from Doki Doki Panic. I do say he did it for the best. Lastly, the gameplay is fine, and the controls work great. No more slipperiness here since everyone takes off like a jet engine. Of course, this game has no familiarity from the previous game. Instead, you had to pick up enemies and toss them into each other. You could also pick up vegetables and do the same thing, or use the power block to wipe them from existence. There's also a subspace area that is accessed by a potion you find. Drop it at the right spot and you will find a mushroom that will increase your life bar. Yeah, this is the only main Mario game that uses a life bar that can be refilled with hearts that has appeared when you killed enough enemies like Shy Guys, Pokies, Ninjas, and OH SHIT!
He's got a baba!
Yeah, bombs. Hate those things. Especially at this level where the albatrosses keep dive-bombing them at me. You can also find coins in the subspace that you can use them in the slot machine at the end of each level. It feels randomized because it's very hard to get any wins on this thing. So now with that out of the way, let's tackle Wart. He hates vegetables, so toss them into his mouth when you get the chance. It's stupid that the Dream Machine belongs to him and it's helping me.
And I find them highly illogical.
So by saving the people from Subcon, they take Wart away to do whatever the fuck they do for a punishment. So after playing through the entire game, we find out it was all a dream.
I hate that cliche.
God, it's like everything you went through in this game is all for nothing. Well, despite the stupid ending, I still had fun with Super Mario Bros. 2. If you want something different, this is the way to go. Look at this. Now we're talking here. Super Mario Bros. 3, the best installment of the trilogy. The game was originally released in Japan in 1988, but thanks to a ROM chip and cartridge shortage in America, Super Mario Bros. 3 along with Zelda 2 had to be delayed for 2 more years.
Now, of course, all the hype began before Mario 3 was released.
Special thanks to the 1989 film The Wizard, which served as a theatrical commercial for Nintendo products and helped promote Super Mario Bros. 3 on the big screen.
So I give you Super Mario Brothers 3!
I don't think anyone can tell you that Mario 3 is the best NES game ever made. With its visual presentation, new toys for Mario and Luigi to play with, as well as old enemies return and new enemies are introduced.
After the game's release, it quickly became the most popular game on the NES. 30 years later, this game aged drastically well. This time, Mario and Luigi have to face Bowser's own children, the Koopalings, who stole the king's wands and turned them into helpless animals and creatures. I like this plot because of one major thing. That is, Princess Toadstool isn't captured in this game. With brand new enemies to face and new power-ups to work with, this is the best Mario journey on the NES. I gotta say, the enemy selection in this game is insane. If I talk about all of them, we're gonna be here all day. To get them out of the way, we do have some new veterans like Chain Chomps, Thwomps, Boos, Dry Bones, etc. The new toys we could use to combat these foes are Super Leaf that can make Mario fly, the Frog suit can make you swim like a god, the famous Hammer Brothers suit that destroys every enemy. There's also some other variations of the Super Leaf like the P-Wing that can give you infinite flight, and the Tanuki suit that also turns you into a statue for a few seconds.
Basing it off of Japanese mythology. Well played, Nintendo.
Mario 3 introduced world maps that other games will follow up, and each world had its own gimmick, like grass, desert, water, sky, ice, and the most popular one is that everything is big, and I can see why. Also, fill in your own drug joke for Pipe Maze.
Dude, like, can pass me that?
Waiting at the end of each world is an airship level where it acts like the coming of World War III with cannons, bullet bills, and rocket wrenches, all wanted for Mario's Italian ass. By reaching the end, you will face one of the Koopalings like Larry, Morton Jr., Wendy O, Iggy, Roy, Lemmy, and Ludwig. As for sure, yes, they're all named after Western celebrities, all except for Larry. My guess is that if you have a new group of characters, there's always room for a Larry. Too bad the fights suck. All you do is bounce on their heads 3 times and you win. Pathetic. After saving a king, you get a letter from the princess and she gives you an item to help you complete your journey. Though by saving the last king, you'll get one last letter, which is from Bowser, who kidnapped the princess off screen.
I hate that cliche.
So we travel to Darkland, home of Bowser himself, so we can rescue the princess again. This world is a roller coaster of all the challenges you witness throughout the game, with tank levels, airship levels, but all is worth it to fight Bowser at the end. All you do is dodge his Bowser bomb until he falls into the bottom and you win. The princess decided to troll you for a bit, but all that matters since this game ends on a happy note. Yeah, this game left me happy at the end, even though that the journey was 3 hours long.
So that was the... What the hell? You're not finished yet, brother. Take a look. Why give me this game? Well, since you're reviewing the Super Mario Bros. Trilogy, you cannot end it without mentioning that. You're right.
So in 1993, Nintendo re-released the Super Mario Bros. Trilogy on the Super Nintendo under the name Super Mario All-Stars. The game has been given upgrades with 16-bit graphics and sound. There's still the same Mario trilogy we all know and love, but I gotta say that Mario 1 has improved physics and controls. It makes the game a lot more playable than the NES version in my opinion. Though I will still give my love to the NES game for what it accomplished. Another thing that makes Super Mario All-Stars better is the added save feature. Especially with Super Mario Bros. 3. I didn't like it that I had to beat the game in one go on the NES. Though it did hurt my whole experience. In celebration for Mario's 25th anniversary, Super Mario All-Stars was re-released on the Nintendo Wii. It's basically the same game, but on an optical disc instead of a cartridge. The only reason I have the Wii version is this little history book of Mario's development. That's awesome, though I heard gamers were peeved that they didn't get the version of All-Stars that also had Super Mario World. I didn't care since that game was already on the Virtual Console when it was still available. Rest in peace, Wii Shop Channel. Super Mario All-Stars is a fantastic recreation of the original Super Mario Bros. Trilogy. It doesn't matter which version I would recommend to you. The Mario Trilogy is an example of what video gaming is.
As a hardcore Mario fan, I don't mind checking either version out. So after 35 years... Now what? Aren't you forgetting that there is one more game you didn't review? Look, I've already reviewed the original Mario Trilogy. What else is there? I hate you.
Yeah, Super Mario All-Stars also introduced fans to Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, a Japanese exclusive for the Nintendo Family Computer Disco System that was rejected from North America and Europe. Not pulling any punches. Fuck this game!
Oh, Jesus!
This is the worst classic Mario game I ever played. The graphics are barely different, the controls are the same as the original, though Luigi is slippery and he can jump higher. The concept is the same, the enemies are the same, the power-ups are the same, but what really destroys this game, in my opinion, is the dickish level design. Even though we have all the enemies from the original game, we got varieties of old enemies like bloopers in the skies, Koopas in the sea, and the nastier red piranha plants that move faster and still pop out when you're next to the pipe. Plus, since I hate Hammer Brothers so much from the original game, we got Hammer Brothers that don't stop walking towards you!
How the fuck?
It's like Nintendo deliberately made them that way just to be hated even more. It works, and I despise their guts! The controls may be the same as the original, but it doesn't work well with the worst level designs I have ever seen in any Mario game ever. It looks like a 5-year-old made their first level in Mario Maker while high on sugar. It doesn't work well, especially where you have to jump on an enemy to progress or find a hidden block to get through levels. Seriously, look at this gap right here. Why does the game know that I have to hit a hidden block to progress? It does not add up! Oh, the wind. Fuck the wind. As for the power-ups, oh, this is fucking stupid. Okay, the Toads were nice to help Mario with the main power-ups in the game. However, what I read, Bowser decided to place these new poison mushrooms as a joke. Wow! How pathetic is that? I couldn't beat this game. I even tried the infinite lives trick at the start of the game because fuck the honor system! I only wanted to survive, but some of the levels are such crap, they keep gobbling my lives like when Pac-Man eats the dots in the maze. It's no wonder this game never got a physical release back then. This game would have tarnished Mario's reputation in an instant. With improved physics and controls, I can see why the All-Stars version is proven to be the better version. To me, neither version held up in my opinion. It doesn't matter if the All-Stars version has a save system. It still pisses me off with all of these bullshit deaths. However, there are also some bonus worlds. They aren't accessible in the All-Stars version. Oh boy, wait till you hear this.
Okay, you can gain all access to all the worlds in the All-Stars version, but in the original Famicom Disk System version, you have to beat the game 8 times in a row to get to World A. Oh, hell to the fuck no! Well, back to the basement for me! Good, because I'm not going to deal with this crap anymore! I gotta calm down. Anyway, despite some bumpy roads, the original Super Mario Bros. Trilogy is a staple in the video game genre.
Video games were in a tight pinch. After a bunch of mass-produced, poorly done games, the market really fell under in 1983. Until one former playing card company came in with their own console around the same year and quickly became a huge success overseas. With the help of some games like Gyromite, Duck Hunt, especially you, Rob, Super Mario Bros. Helped pioneer the genre with a new light. To this day, the franchise is still going strong, and Nintendo is bringing their 3D Mario games onto the Switch? That made me a happy gamer. Even though it's a limited time offer. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. I grew up with these games, and I'm glad that my childhood is getting some recognition.
Glad that Mario is still going strong to this day. I would love to talk more, but there are other games I have to review right now. So, I'm Thomas the Retro Nerd, thank you all for watching. See you guys in the next review.